My name's Richard Turley. I'm the owner of Colorado Cellars Winery. My wife is also an owner. Her name is Patty. Colorado Cellars is Colorado's original winery that makes wine from Colorado-grown grapes, fruit, and honey. We make currently 29 different types of wine. We have mead, wine made from honey, we have champagne, we have port, we have grape wines, we have fruit wines. There were people growing grapes here in the early 1900s, and they were shipping them back east for home winemakers. In fact, the extreme eastern end of the valley, just to the east of the town of Palisade, that area is known as Vineland, because that's where the vines were back then. But Prohibition killed that. I mean, those were all torn out and orchards were planted. If Prohibition had not taken place, I think the vineyards would have stayed here, and eventually someone would have started a winery using the grapes that they were growing at that time. In 1974, Colorado State University did what's known as the Four Corners Project. What they were doing was they were distributing vinifera grapes, vinifera being the names from the European type grapes, to farmers who were willing to take them throughout the Four Corners area. So they had farmers here in the Grand Valley, and they just wanted to see if vinifera grapes would survive and thrive in this climate. One of those original vineyards is planted right here in front of the winery and still remains to this day. It may be the only one left of those original vineyards. I think now people are thinking of Colorado as a wine country. We've competed against international wines from around the world and done well. If somebody hasn't tried a Colorado wine, I think they should. There are a number of options for people who want to visit Colorado wine country here in the Grand Valley. Most people come on a weekend. Many of them bring bikes. There's bike paths. There's an actual winery tour with signs that take them from winery to winery. But I would think a 2-day trip would be about right to try things out and drive over, take the afternoon to taste wines, and then come back the next day and pick a different winery and try again. Or else they could come here both days. Sorry, you can cut that part out if you want.